Hey Flag fans, welcome back to Flag Facts. I'm Jonathan, in This Week for Gray, who I'm told is somewhere in a field harvesting watermelon while singing the national anthem in Latin. Today's show is all about what is perhaps one of the most iconic flags in human history. That's right folks, it's time to talk about the first flag on the moon. On July 20th, 1969, Apollo 11 astronauts famously placed an American flag on the moon. While the moon landing itself was the result of years of planning and hard work, the lunar flag assembly was more of a last-minute thing. The decision to include the flag was made by the Committee on Symbolic Activities for the first lunar landing, which itself was only created in February of 1969. And there were two things the committee had to consider: the engineering and feasibility of implementation and the political implications. 2 years earlier, in 1967, the United Nations adopted the aptly named Treaty on Principles Governing the Activities of States in the Exploration and Use of Outer Space, including the Moon and other celestial bodies, more commonly referred to as the Outer Space Treaty. The treaty quite clearly stated that the Moon and any other celestial bodies could not be claimed by any one nation. Therefore, the United States could not give the impression that they were claiming any kind of territorial possession of the Moon. Instead, the placing of the American flag on the moon was framed more as a symbolic gesture, similar to raising a flag on Mount Everest or at the North Pole. Essentially, raising the flag on the moon was seen as a historic step for all of mankind that just so happened to be accomplished by the United States. With the political considerations out of the way, it was then up to the engineers to figure out how exactly to transport the flag and effectively raise it on the lunar surface. That task largely fell to the Chief of Technical Services Division, Jack A. Kinsler, and the Deputy Division's Chief, David L. McCraw. With less than 3 months to the launch, the two got to work and soon devised a mechanism for the flag. The flag itself was your standard 3-foot by 5-foot off-the-shelf nylon flag with a simple hem along the top edge. The hem would allow a telescoping metal rod to slide through and prop up the flag in the windless environment of space. The flag was attached to an 8-foot flagpole made of gold anodized aluminum. To make the flag easily accessible for the astronauts, the flag assembly was mounted on the left-hand side of the ladder on the lunar module. While this did reduce the amount of equipment that had to be carried inside the lunar module, it did mean that the flag assembly would be exposed to some pretty extreme temperatures. It was estimated that the ladder would experience temperatures of up to 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit during the 13-second touchdown phase, which was well beyond the estimated 300 degrees Fahrenheit that the flag itself could withstand. To solve this problem, the flag assembly was housed in a protective metal shroud and covered in several layers of thermal blanketing material. This brought down the temperature experienced by the flag to a much more manageable 180 degrees Fahrenheit. With the technical considerations taken care of, the lunar flag assembly was installed just in the nick of time to launch with the Apollo 11 astronauts on July 16, 1969. Then, 4 days later, astronauts Neil Armstrong and Edwin Buzz Aldrin deployed the flag on the surface of the moon while an estimated 650 million people tuned into the live broadcast. But not everything went exactly as planned. Armstrong and Aldrin were unable to extend the telescoping rod all the way, which gave the flag a sort of ripple effect. Later lunar missions went on to imitate this effect, intentionally leaving their rods partially retracted. Armstrong and Aldrin also noted that they were unable to drive the pole into the ground the expected 18 inches, and instead only managed to push it about 6 to 9 inches into the lunar surface. But these were small details, and the flag raising was a major success, with many considering it to be one of the most memorable parts of the lunar landing. So now for the real question. Is it still standing? Yeah, probably not. Buzz Aldrin said that he caught a glimpse of it falling over during liftoff. That said, there are some American flags from later missions that are probably still standing on the moon. And there you go. That's everything you need to know about the first flag on the moon. So what'd you think? Did it really blow over during liftoff? Should they have used a different flag? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're down there, be sure to like and subscribe for more flag-related content just like this. If you're in the market for an American flag or any other flag, head on over to FlagandBanner.com for all your flag flying needs. And as always, thank you for watching. We'll catch you next time on Flag Facts.